Okay, so in this video, what we're going to do is talk about the user interface. So let's open up our project. And instead of opening up Pro, I want to show you another way you can open your project. And this is probably a better way to do it, especially if you're working on school computers. Because before you open your project, you need to make sure that everything has been synced, okay? And you need to see these solid green circles with the white check mark, all right? Again, if you're working on a school computer, make sure you see these, okay? Because it's going to take a little time for that, for your folder to sync down to your desktop that you're working on. If you're working at home on your laptop, you still want to make sure that this is the case, all right? And you could just double click on this root project folder file, okay? It's a .aprx, and that will open up the software. And what we're going to do right now is talk about a couple of key concepts regarding how you're going to utilize this software in general, okay? So you should see on the left a pane called Contents, okay? So this is like a table of contents in a book, all right? And it tells you all of the different chapters that you have in your map, okay? So you can zoom in and out of your map using the scroll wheel, okay? And you can see in our table of contents, we currently have 2 chapters or 2 data sets. So you can turn one off, and this is the hillshade set, okay? Or you turn them both on. Let's just leave them both on, okay? And learning how to navigate around your map is important, okay? Currently, we have what's called the pan tool activated, and that's that little hand. So if you hold down on your left mouse button, you can move the map around without zooming. And this can become very helpful, as you'll see later on. If the pan tool isn't activated, you can still zoom in and out with the wheel. Say we have this measure tool activated, and you can pan without switching tools by pushing down on your scroll wheel. So really the scroll wheel is all you need to navigate around your map, okay? So this depicts what's in your map. We just learned how to navigate around our map, and let's continue with this library analogy. So this is a table of contents, and say you're writing a book, and these are your chapters. Now, if you want to go out and find more chapters, you would go, I don't know if it's the same anymore, but in the old days, you would go to the library card catalog, and they had a listing of all the books in the library. Of course, they have that today. It's just electronic. I don't know why is that? Anyway, so there are a lot of different ways you can get data, okay? We'll be exploring these. The portal is a great way. In fact, you used to have to download hundreds of megabytes worth of data and then add it to your map, and now you can stream it in just like a Netflix movie, okay? So this shows you a computer. This shows you the data sources that you're able to drag and drop in here from your own computer, okay? On my OneDrive, I have a GIS data folder, so I could open this up and just drag stuff over, okay? But the leftmost tab is called Project, okay? And this is a catalog of not what is showing, but it's a catalog of everything that is tied into this project, okay? So if we twirl this open in our folders, these are all the folders we added, okay? Currently, we only have one map, but by the time this project is done, we will have 7 or 8 at least, okay? So remember, contents deals specifically with what's on your screen, okay? And the catalog shows you under project everything that is currently directly tied to your project. And then it also shows you everything that is possible for you to either stream in or locate on your computer. Okay, so make sure every so often you're pausing these videos, you're taking screenshots, okay? Now, I want to do a quick break on just, in case you don't know how to create a screenshot. What I found is the best way is, once again, holding down on that Windows button. Remember I said how valuable that is, how helpful that button is? So I push down on the Windows button with my thumb and on the Shift button with my ring finger, and then I tap S, and that brings up the snipping tool. Now, you can snip the whole screen. If you just click this, boom, it's taken a snip for you, and it should save those in your screenshots folder. The way I normally do it, though, is, again, Control-Shift-S. I normally do a rectangle, okay? And it gives you these crosshairs. And then if you want to do the full screen, you can. Remember, you always need to capture your name up here in most of them. Sometimes you may just want to highlight a certain area for your notes. Okay. And then when you let go, it's going to capture that screenshot. Now, I know what's going on. Normally, I see a window pop up from this bottom right-hand corner saying that the screenshot was captured, but with this video recording software, I guess that's not why it's working. So I'm going to minimize this and show you where these screenshots normally go. You go to your Pictures folder, and you will have a built-in folder called Screenshots, okay? And if you go to sort by date, you can see these are the screenshots I just took, all right? And you can mark these up in any way you want. And remember, these are what you're gonna add to your PowerPoint notes. Okay, let me close out of that. Now, last thing here, let's go back to Pro, is understanding ribbon-based software. Okay, so software, one of the biggest time wasters when people use software is the time they spend looking for a tool. Okay, and so somebody came up with this, and I'm sure it was a team of people, but they revamped almost every major Windows-based software program with, I feel, a very good design. Okay, and it's called ribbon-based user interface. Okay, so at the top, you have your major tabs. All right, so imagine you're in a hardware store. Each one of these tabs is like a separate aisle in that hardware store, okay? So if you go to insert, let's say this is power tools, okay? And so you're gonna have all your power tools in here, okay? And they try as best as they can to make these tabs make sense. So like if you wanna work on your map, you are going to come to map. Here you can change the base map, okay? You can search for things by their location, okay? This is where you would work on your map. If you want to edit your data, you would come here and you can create and modify different data sets. Okay, so always start up here. All right, if you're trying to do something, make sure you have the right ribbon of tools unrolled for you. Okay, if you're looking for something that has to do with analysis and the insert tab is checked, you're not going to find it here, and it's going to be a big time waster. Okay, now I want to show you that Microsoft Word functions the exact same way. Okay, this is the ribbon-based design. Okay, so if you want to design your report a certain way, you would come here. If you want to change the layout, okay. So if you come to Excel, and this is a very important program to learn. Not too many students do, but it's something that everybody ends up using quite a bit when they become professionals. Again, same thing. You know, you've got your ribbon. If you want to draw, you know, I didn't even know you could do that in Excel. But if you want to review your work, so always check the tab that you have selected. Okay, and then that tab will roll out a ribbon of tools for you. Okay, so that's the importance of the ribbon. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the importance of right clicking. Okay, your mouse in Windows has two buttons, and everybody's used to the left button, but the right button is actually just as important, if not more important. And I'll show you why. Okay, because your left button executes a command. Okay, so I clicked on this draw tool, and so it's like, okay, you want to draw. So now I'm sending the computer commands to draw this shape. Okay, and that's by holding down my left mouse button. But say I want to modify this shape. Okay, let me come here. I probably have to. Let me hit escape. Okay, say I want to modify this shape. Okay, I would right click on it. All right, and look at all the options you get. So this is what right clicking does. All right, when you right click on an element that is on your screen, Windows is going to provide you with a window of possibilities. Okay, things that you can do to this element you just clicked on. Okay, do you want to change, you know, the color? Okay, all of that stuff. All right. Now, left clicking again is what executes a command or selects something. So let's see how this is going to work over in ArcGIS Pro. Okay. So here is a data set, and if you want to know what's possible, what you can do with this data set, right click on it, okay? And it'll show you the possibilities. Now this is a very regimented data set that comes streaming in. It's called a base map, so there's not a lot of possibilities. But oftentimes when you bring in your own data, this window will be 3 times longer. Okay, so anytime you have an element, and these are elements, so to speak, right click. All right, a lot of these options will be up here, but this is a much faster way to work. Okay, and you know it works wherever you are. Okay, so keep that in mind. I want you to understand how to use the ribbon. I want you to understand the importance of right clicking, okay? And then differentiate between the table of contents, which depicts what's currently on your map, and the catalog, which is your doorway to adventure. It's your way of finding all kinds of cool stuff to bring onto your map. Okay, so that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.